But
Oh, hang on, what's happening here?
Okay, you can work away. There's another lady coming on there. Yeah.
I just print out the invoices and I file them.
Okay. That's it, is it?
Bills. Like if there's some bills that need to be paid, then we do pay them, yeah.
Okay, and that lady sitting beside you, James, what does she do?
Which side? Sorry, yeah, they're all being hidden by this fake background. So Courtney, Jess, and Etienne are here. So we, depending on what day of the week, Kevin. So Brid works Monday to Wednesday, and as she says, any invoices that come in during those days, she'll print them off from the emails and file them for our current bookkeeper, which is office assist. Then Thursday and Friday and Saturday, it'll be Courtney and Jolene has just joined us, I think. Hey, Jolene. Jolene on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Courtney and Jolene would do the same process. So anything that comes in during those days, they print them off and file them. So yeah, they're probably the key people to take this.
Okay, that's great. I got that. A couple of additional questions. And who issues the bills to your customers then, to people with the animals?
So I so I go through them, print them all off, and we post them then at the end of every month.
All right. And I'll just come back to everyone coming in different days. Do you have a work phone there with this app on it, James, yet? Or
so no, I set that up last night, so I have that here today now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show everyone a little video of what Dext does. Now, it just recently changed its name to from Receipt Bank. Okay, it kind of joined it up with some other crowd, but it makes no difference what we're at. So I'm going to show you a video of what it does in 90 seconds. So, and it'll say it's just on my website. So let me just get that up there now. Sorry, now that I see. Actually, I'll do it here. I got lost on my own screen here. What are you looking at there, James, on the screen? Just so sometimes I get lost.
Yeah, no, it hasn't shared yet.
Oh, it hasn't shared yet. Okay. I wonder why that is down. Let me just something. Yeah, it's over here. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to get up my own website here a second, and then I'll just share it. So anyone who misses a bit of this, they'll be able to, I'll upload the video of this to YouTube, and you can kind of check it out again.
Yeah, that's sharing there now, Kevin.
Yeah, that's grand. So I'm just going to go into our blogs here. And scroll down to it. I'm just waiting for it to appear. Here it is, yeah. So it's an American accent, but anyway, don't mind that bit. Okay. So this is what happens when we set up the app, and it kind of works through setting up, and then what actually happens.
Receipt Bank's free mobile app is the quickest way to regularly submit your receipts, invoices, and expenses on the go. Once you've downloaded it from either the iOS App Store or Google Play Store, tap on the app's logo to open it. If asked, allow notifications, then enter the credentials you use to access the Receipt Bank web application. And tap Log In. If you received instructions to download the app via an SMS message, all you need to do is enter a new password. To submit your first item, tap the camera icon at the bottom of the screen and grant access to your phone's camera and photo library if prompted. All you need to do is get your item in frame and tap the green shutter icon to take a photo. Simple. On the next screen, you're able to review the image and cancel the submission if it's too blurry to read. If you need to enter specific information, such as unique description or tracking class, you can do so by tapping Edit in the top right corner. Note that most of the fields are grayed out. These are the ones that we extract from the item for you. Tap Save in the top right if you changed anything. Then Submit for processing at the bottom of the screen. That's all there is to it. You'll see your item get uploaded to Receipt Bank and start processing. In no time at all, it will be in your inbox ready to export.
Okay, now that can stop there. So if you have a couple of bills there handy, James, would you photograph one or two of them?
Yep.
If that's all right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into James's Dext here now. I'm already in it, yeah.
Will I take a picture of one there now, Kevin?
Yeah, take a picture of one or two of them. And so, and then we'll come back in a little while, everything. So what it does is, what James is doing that, you just photograph it really and walk away. You don't mark in the date or who it's from or the amount of VAT or what it's for. So it'll work out most of it itself the first time. And then behind the scenes, we might have to ask you, what is this for? You know, I know most of it will be medicines and things like that at the start. But there'll be the odd time we'll be a bit thrown, but we'll tell it every time it sees a certain supplier to put it in a certain category in the accounts, such as electricity or medicine or subcontractor vet or something like that. Okay, that's done now, James, is it?
Right, that was the new app. It's just saying failed up. Oh, sorry, I hadn't connected. I'll do it on my own phone. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, doing your own phone is grand.
Into the internet, Jeff. Can you see this?
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So basically, you open up Dext, hit Add Document, and if it's black behind it, it's better, or not words. Take a photo. Okay.
okay. So I'm going to show some that James already put through. Okay, so there's tower flooring, and type of things we can see. All right, we can see it came in by email to James, and he forwarded it to a dedicated email address, and it started putting the VAT into its place. Okay, and it's posted to repairs. Okay, so we can always look back. And the second thing I'll just say is, if you lose a piece of paper or anything like that, it doesn't matter. If you do, you know, once it's in here, we have it. So if you delete the email, or you lose the computer, or you lose the piece of paper, it doesn't really matter. It'll always be here. And this will also go up into the QuickBooks program as well. So we'll have 2 copies. There's a bill from me, actually. Okay, Kevin Barry, accountancy. The VAT and the standard rate, not for resale, things like that. So there's something else. I saw that coming in. I didn't know what it was for, but I saw those coming in. So this is where they end up. You see this one here, he forwarded it from an email. Someone sent him a bill, and you forwarded that, James, into here. So
yeah.
Now, there's a higher level of Dext on the way through for you, James. I kind of got it moving this morning. And there's a thing here called messages. And if somebody photographs something wrong, we're able to message straight to that phone of whoever put it up there to say this was blurry, or you missed the top of it, or you missed the bottom of it, or something like that. But you'll always be able to check it yourself. So there's one that's done by hand. It'll read handwriting. That one was for garden maintenance. It's in here in repair, yeah. And see, there's a term there. Someone typed in garden maintenance, and you did that, James, as well. Anyway, on that phone at least.
Okay.
Okay. So that's kind of what goes on. But this is all your Dext here at the moment. So I'll just come back to the dashboard, and you can log into this on any desktop computer there. So I'm looking at Brid here. So Brid is probably going to need to access to this, James, right?
Cool.
Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay, the question to ask everyone there. What's your surname, Brid?
O'Rourke.
Okay, I'm actually going to add you here, all right? Because the reason everyone who enters on here needs to be on here is, at least if somebody up upload something, we know who uploaded it, and we can go back to them. And what's your work address, Brid?
It's just
It's what, sorry?
the work address, is it?
Yeah, email address.
Oh, sorry. The work email address.
Your work email address.
It's all of ours.
We all have the same one.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Just info@Millhouse Vets. I can
Is
give
it
you
all
my
the same?
like either or, I don't mind. Whatever.
Yeah, give us your personal for now anyway. We can always take it off again. Yeah.
So it's Brid Nash, BRID
Yeah.
NAH @hotmail.com.
Okay. And your own mobile, Brid.
Yeah, 087
Okay. Yeah.
666
Yeah.
8162.
62. Okay. Email address. Oh yeah, sorry, I just take that. We just put Brid Nash here. Yeah, that's fine. So if you were there at work, if some emails come in at work, Brid, that have got bills attached to them, if you forward them to bridnash@dext.cc, it'll come in here. We might try it now in a few minutes.
Okay.
I just wanted to put in your phone number as well, but admin use is fine. Yeah. And I'm just going to set you up here. So it's certainly worth initially you setting yourself up on the phone. So there you are now. And all you'll do is what was on that item was set up your password, and you'll be able to do what James just did there, is photograph a bill.
Apologies, but I think you're on by accident. Apologies for that.
Okay, James' voice coming over a bit there. I'll see if I can the rest of you hear me okay? Yeah. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've just muted James for a second.
Yeah, we can hear you fine. It's no problem.
Oh yeah, because his sound was coming over. Okay, he's back on now. Okay, James, I mute. Okay, you're back on now. So with Jolene as well, we can add you there, Jolene. It just means if instead of rooting for the phone, well, most people I know would have it on their own phones anyway. Like we're not looking into your phone or anything like that. You know, we don't get a hold of your photographs, and I've never seen that in all the years we've been using this. So the security side is really strong, and but certainly it's handy to know who would have uploaded the bill, because you can go back to them quicker and say there's something a bit smudgy. Just while I'm talking about entering the bills, and although there's a lot on the screen here, funnily enough, I'm nearly at the end of what you need to know, because a lot of this won't be that relevant to the day-to-day usage. Okay. To add documents in, if you're on a desktop like I am here, so once you set up your password and you log in with your email and password into it, there's 3 ways of entering in bills. One is photographing. Another one is just dragging a bill there. And I'll just see, do I have something I can drag in here? That's not a bill. Let me just see. I'll just pick up some old bill myself. I'll pick up, it doesn't matter what it is anyway. Just see, can I find, see what that is. No. There's one of my own now. There's one I sent to a guy. Okay. So you just drag it in like that and it'll work away. Going down as well. So the snap on the mobile. Okay, that's already giving me information. But this one to send through the email address, if I make that a bit bigger for you. So your email address, see, think of dext.cc at the end. I like to give the same email address as people are using themselves. So James Daly 87 is an email address he's used to. So if he's in Curry's and you buy a iPad, they'll often say, do you want me to email you the bill? That's what they tend to say there. And you say, yeah, but if you email James Daly 87 at dext.cc, it's one less piece of paper. So if they're coming by post, you snap them on the mobile. If they're coming by email, you forward them to your dedicated email address. or if for some reason you have them there scanned, because you like to scan them on the computer, you can drag them in here. They'll all come into the same place. And once they're in a little while, we go to this other thing then called fetch. Okay, I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. Let's move yourselves. Oh, you don't have fetch on this, James. Okay.
No, not yet, no.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, fetch is coming in here. Let me just log out fast. Okay. Actually, I'll log out really quick and come into my own one. All right. Just move it here. So fetch is, I'll just show you how it works because I can illustrate it very quickly on my own one. So I actually cancelled your subscription this morning, James, just so you know, hope you don't mind.
Okay.
And I'll ask them to switch you over to our plan, okay? And they'll probably give you back a few quid.
Cool.
All right. And that's how that'll work. But you're still fully operational till next February. You're paid, yeah. Okay, so there's no. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. This is my own one here. Okay, and funny enough, there's one there, eFlow. I see. You just have a look at that one. Is that's an email that came down? Yeah. Sorry. So I'm going to show you an additional feature you're going to see. These are kind of bills we're getting. So I'll just go costs, add documents. Okay, it looks the exact same, but we have an extra feature which you're getting. Connect to the supplier. Okay, invoice fetch. Okay, and these are suppliers that I've teamed up with. That it goes in and gets the bill because the bill doesn't come automatically. eFlow, Air, accounts, Stripe, and Vodafone. But if you have someone that we want to get a bill off, so I'm hearing a lot about 3 at the moment. Just click add connection. Okay, and it'll bring up another page now in a second. There it is. So they've loads of suppliers, and as your bills go in the way you're used to entering them, it'll pick up itself whether it might be a download situation. And if it is, we just click connect. So I'll go Black Hills Energy, must have got something off them. And it'll send me an invite to enter the username and password to Black Hills Energy. That's what it does. Okay. But the bills just land in by themselves is what happens. And I'm just trying to see my suppliers, find out more about invoice. Let me see now. There's a list of them there, and it's as long as the eye can see. Okay. Actually, that's not it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So if there's someone that we have to download the bill, that hassle is gone, and the VAT is being claimed as you go. You know, so that's how that works. Just an additional thing while I have you there, just so you're not kind of surprised when it happens. I'm just going into my costs. So when someone sends in a bill, there's I mentioned it. This word messages is here. And we can just type in a message to someone. Hello, you know, it should normally be, would you type this again or something like that. But we can communicate directly, and that's where we want to be with you guys. And now I'm on my own stuff here, so I don't mind showing it to you. So here's Facebook advertising that came in just by email. Obviously, an Audi service, there's Air, you know, so just the normal stuff. But if the tax man wants any copies of anything, he's completely fine with PDFs and all that type of stuff. There's no need to keep the files. You mightn't be confident enough to go shredding yet, but certainly I would advise, you know, once you've something copied and it's in this, you don't need to keep the copies of it. All right. So I'll just come back to James's one again. And okay, so I've got you connected into our one there anyway, James. All right, so okay. So is there any immediate questions on that, or is everyone kind of bamboozled or offhand? Or are you all going easy? Let me know.
You say that you can eliminate all the hard copies.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, it's not that I came up with that. It was that, funny enough, a Limerick accountant, so that's ages ago. He said, if you think about it, most invoices are just printouts of something already on the computer. So once we have it back on the computer, you know, he said that to me ages ago, but we've been using Dext for 6 or 7 years now, and not once with myself or anyone else have I had any issue about wanting to see the original, you know. So that's, I wouldn't worry about that at all. But it does avoid putting up the shelves, the lever arch files, the punching them, putting them in order, putting them into date order, putting up more shelves, more storage, etc., etc. Okay. Yeah, so it archives them. So even statements, we shred those, but we often scan them in here, but we don't publish them up. So I'm just going to show you where these bills end up, by the way, as well. Because just go back into my text.
Are you finished with Dext now, Kevin? Are you going on to QuickBooks or?
I'm on your QuickBooks now, and did you photograph a little one a few minutes ago, was it?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Okay. So just showing you what happens. James photographed that. There it is. Couple of quick things. Very, very good photograph. If there was a keyboard of a till behind that now, it could throw off what this would read, but it's copped on, it's little. It must have gone into general expenses before. I'd say there is VAT in it, mind you. So there is, yeah, 23% VAT, 12.15. Now with the likes of little, you wouldn't know what's on it. It could be 0, it could be 12, 13.5, it could be 23. So you see this thing, supplier rules.
Your screen isn't shared at the moment, not Kevin.
Oh, is it not? Is it not sharing? Sorry. Thanks. Always pull me up on that because I lose my way every now and again. So that's what James photographed 10 minutes ago. Okay. And it's picked up the date on it, 11th of July, who it is. It might be programmed to go into that category already. Okay, it's got the total 64.95. It doesn't know the VAT rate because with the likes of Lidl or any supplier, once we kind of see what it is, this will guess most of it, but then we kind of program it so that when you see it, to put it into certain places, or if it's seen it before, it's called setting rules. Now we won't move from where you're kind of used to putting it, but that was general expenses. So I'm going to program this guy just so you know how it happens behind the scenes. Well, actually, this guy was a 23% guy. Class, I'll leave out for the moment. Tax rate. Now, I've spoken to you about the tax rates, James, a bit, but standard, not for resale, is the 23%. And if it's a bill, call it a bill. You need to do most of the time. If it's related to something you're recharging a customer, we'd even put the customer name there. I'll just apply that. Okay, and now it's actually got the 12.15 here, 52.88. It works it out, right? So I'm just going to publish that now. Okay, so that's gone out of the way. No, that one's coming in. Did I send you a bill, James?
I thought I saw one there yesterday.
Okay.
No, I can't remember now.
Maybe I did something with that a minute ago. Can't remember myself now. And
Oh no, that was the one you just uploaded as a practice, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Okay. Maybe it was.
That was invoice somewhere for that.
Okay, so let's I'll leave this open and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to have you share the screen now, James. All right. So all that happens on Dext is you're just photocopying or forwarding email of it's gathering in the purchase bills. That's all it's doing. That's all you'll notice it doing. Okay, everything else kind of happens methodically behind the scenes, and nothing gets published up unless we kind of know what it is. Or if it does go up and we don't know what it is, it goes into a query account, and I tend to have that emailed to someone every week, and it says, "What are these about?" And you just email back. So we have that going out all the time, and then when they come back in, we just reallocate them. Yeah.
Excellent.
So, but Noel will tell you it's not what's in the accounts; it's what's not in the accounts that you have to look out for. So, so kind of looking out for that. Okay. Are you sharing there, James?
No, so is that the Dext side of it finished now, or
We're done now, yeah. Let's go over to QuickBooks now. Yeah.
QuickBooks? Okay, so yeah, not to bore the guys. Will ourselves and Noel work away from here on out?
Yeah, well, just with the photographing app.
Oh,
What's-
sorry.
What's everyone's view on that? Do you want to try your own personal phones for the moment, or do you want to just have the work phone and Brid will give it a crack at her own?
So we can have the work phone.
Or do you want to have a chat about that?
Yeah, so we can have a chat about that and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have the work phone set up anyway, and that'll be at reception all the time, so they can use that. And as I say, if there is an issue and you text back, it'll hit that phone hopefully. So whoever took the picture should be able to respond pretty quickly.
Yeah, just a way that can help us out anyway as to who's doing what is if people have their a work email address. If we have a work email address, they can log in on the work phone with it's kind of logging out, logging in a bit, but at least it tracks back to who was there. But if that's not that big a deal because the place isn't that enormous, you know, we're fine with info at Millhouse Vets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If there ever wasn't, you know, quite, like I say, it's pretty structured that Brid is always Monday to Wednesday, and then yeah, it'd be Jolene and Courtney after that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So yeah, even if there was, we'd be able to tell from
It's trackable, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. Just to find out, yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, that's fine. Well, thanks, ladies, if you're heading off and saving the animals. Very good.
Thanks.
Yeah, three guys. Excellent.
Thanks,
Thanks very much, guys.